So now you mentioned you came from a Google SEO background, and even before when you were talking about using the keyword vintage and saying how it might not really help you that much on Etsy, but I might put it on a listing just for the sake of Google for ranking on Google for something like that. When you're working on your SEO for one of your Etsy listings, typically like how do you weigh that? How much time or energy do you put thinking into the Google aspect of the SEO and whether those keywords would perform well on Google versus Etsy's SEO?
So what you want to do is you want to look at the types of items that you sell, and then you want to do a search on Google, right? You can start to figure these things out your own self. And because vintage is so custom, you want to try to figure out how you can get your items to show up in Etsy. So in Google search. So I am never going to show up in Google Shopping for wallpaper roller, right? There's 1,000 places that sell, like let's talk Home Depot, Lowe's. They can buy a lot cheaper wallpaper roller that's going to function better than my 30-year-old one. Now, if they get to vintage, right, like if they're looking for a vintage scraper or they're looking for vintage whatever, then you could do a search on Google incognito. So all you have to do, just look up on the Google, how do I use an incognito browser? And you would want to go to Google and then do a search and see if your items come up. And they're not necessarily going to be in the general results tab. They're going to be in the shopping tab. Now, the really nice thing is that a lot of Etsy searches come up in the shopping tab, right? Like you can't pay to be in the shopping tab as a result. But Etsy is obviously working very well with Google right now, and eBay must not be working well with them because not a lot of eBay searches come up, not a lot of eBay results come up. But what you need to find out is go ahead and look at those Etsy listings that are coming up and see what characteristics they share.